down. 'Cause I'm coming on strong. The grass should have looked greener. I need a true believer in disguise. If I'm loving you wrong, short-changing and receiving, girl, you best believe in me behind. 'Cause I'm over easy tonight. State the truth, spit it out, I'm waiting. Don't leave me contemplating my own life. Save the bullshit for another man or lover. Don't need a four-leaf clover to decide. 'Cause I'm coming on strong. The grass should have looked greener. I need a true believer in disguise.
All right, new tool. Brad nailer is here. All right, let's get this finished and get it inside. So I was clever enough not to turn the sound on for the first little bit there when I was using the planer, but that worked really well. All right, this looks good. Let's get this inside, shop cleaned up, probably have lunch then, and then we'll carry on. Welcome to Retired for Life. I'm your host, Brian. I retired a few years ago after 30 years in a factory job as a machinist in a millwright. I needed to rediscover what life could really be like. When we purchased this property, the house had stood empty for over a year, and the property had been badly ravaged by poor logging practices. Since my retirement, I've been working to renovate the home and restore the surrounding forest to its natural beauty and attract wildlife back to the property. Join me as I learn about nature and working with wood to create the backdrop for this new chapter of our lives. All right, folks, so this shelf is now ready to get installed here. So I'm just going to put 2 screws in it. That's all it really needs. There's no uplifting force on it or anything like that. I just don't want it shifting around. And this, of course, has to be installed before we put the door trim on. So let's drill our holes here and countersink them and get a couple of screws into this. All right, that should be enough to allow me to get the head down below the surface, and then I can put filler on top of those holes. All right, this isn't going anywhere now. All right, we'll leave that to dry. Then we can sand it down and touch up paint it. All right, so the next thing we need to do is to fit this piece. Now, this surface is not level, so I need to figure out shims and stuff for it as well. All right, I'm going to go to the shop and get my level and a little bit of shimming material, and let's see what we can do to get this sitting the way it should be. All right, we got some bits and pieces for shimming. One of my favorite materials to use for shimming is paint sticks. They're thin, but not overly thin. They're a decent size, and they're cheap. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. Wood is such a fun material to work with, I'm discovering. You just never know what it's going to do. When I worked with steel, you put something together, you bolt it up or weld it up or whatever, and that's it. There's no more distortion unless you turn heat on it or something like that. Wood, pretty different thing. So this whole wall does this kind of bow out thing here. Oh, that's pretty cool. I just got a notice from YouTube that I have hit 250,000 views. Wow, I'm making so much money now. Yeah, right. So I think our next step now is take this back off, and we're gonna get it primed and painted and ready to install. And then once that piece is in, then we can put all the other pieces in to match up where this is. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. That looks pretty good. Got to fill the holes from the brad nails. Yeah, that's good stuff. And then I still have to caulk around the edges there, and around the bottom, and around the inside edge of the shelf too. Well, what do you think, folks? Not too bad, eh? Let's get these holes filled. All right, it's time to get going on the window here. So we have our spacers in place under here to make everything sit level, just like we want. So I got to lift this off and take it out, and then we have to prime it. We've got some knots, so I've got to go over it with the shellac-based primer first, and then finish prime it, and then give it the finished coat of paint as well. All right, let's get this out of here and probably put a couple of brad nails into our spacers as well. And so you can see the knots in here. Now I've already gone over them with wood filler. So next is to get the shellac based primer on them. And just those areas. So just like I did last time, fairly light coat, then I'll give it a light sanding. And that should be all we need. That turned out really nice. No nail holes visible or anything. Gaps closed. That's good. Let's get a finish coat on the window pieces now. Alright, I'm running out of room here. That looks pretty good. All right, folks, that's it. We've got all our pieces basically to size, test fitted, and now painted. So yeah, I do have to go over top of them again after I install them because I've got to drill holes and that kind of stuff, sand joints and whatnot. But for the most part, I don't have to do any cutting in or anything like that. And adding another coat to the top of this is just going to be good for it anyway. But there's no masking tape required for the most part or anything like that, because the messy stuff where I end up getting it on the walls is now already done. So we're going to leave this to dry overnight, and then we will actually start assembling the window frame tomorrow. All right. I think it's dinner time. All right, folks, I think we can start installing. Now, of course, these screw holes will have to be puttied over kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Excellent. Okay, next is the shelf. Okay, there's the shelf. That's great. Oh boy, it looks a lot cleaner. All right, folks, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, so I'm starting to get the holes filled on the window frame. So we're gonna get these sanded off. And I really wanna get this done today, hopefully. Get all the caulking in place on here and on the shelf and anywhere around the door that it needs it. So then we can call the door and window part of it complete, which will have me moving on to this door going into the junk room. And I've still got to purchase the door for it. I want to get the door done before putting the new floor down. And the new floor might be here today. It might be showing up today. It's supposedly out for shipping. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's get back to our sanding here. This just does it instantly. It's very quick. So I've got to go over all of these again with a finer sandpaper. And I've still got like some bigger gaps like that one to fill. That will be a bit tricky, but we'll see what we can do. I might end up doing it with the paintable caulking. Yeah, that really works nice. All right, so we've got that sanded up, but as I say, we've got a few low spots, and I was running really low on this. So I had an older tube of plastic wood from LePage, and it's gone. So I've got a new tube of Gorilla wood filler, and we'll see how that works. See what I can do to fill these gaps with it. Okay, so I've tried to keep the hole reasonably small here. Now let's see what this stuff looks like. There we come. Yeah, it looks very much like the other stuff. This is really fiddly stuff to get in here properly from what I'm seeing anyway, from my massive hours of experience with this. I see a lot of people fighting with this stuff, wood filler, plastic wood, because it isn't smooth like caulking. It's gritty. That's got our low spots. Let's try one of these spots and see how it goes. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not working with this shit. All right, enough of that. I think we're going to just go to the caulking for that. We learn as we go. I'm sure there's a method of putting this stuff on that would work better than what I'm doing here. So this is interesting stuff. It is gritty. You know, not smooth like paste. It's like, it feels like there is actually sawdust in it that's mixed with glue or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly what it is. All right, folks, we are ready to start sealing things in. So I've got a tube of paintable caulking by DAP. It's an acrylic latex caulking plus silicone. Anyway, now one of the tricks I have seen some people do is wetting their finger when they're working the caulking into a corner kind of thing. So we're gonna see how that works. All right, hopefully you can see a little better here now. All right, now we'll try wiping this down here. All right, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I like it. Well, there's definitely a fair bit of waste from that. As I'm wiping away a lot of it, I've got to be a little more conservative with how much I'm putting on in the first place. But this looks good. This shelf turned out quite nice. So it's basically finished now. It's all sealed and everything. So that's good. Now the next step is I got to keep going. Now that my silicone tube is open, we're going to start sealing this window. All right, folks, let's see what we can do here. So I've got my paper towels and some water. Kind of start at the top. Yeah, this is going to be really wasteful kind of thing. Really got to use a very small amount here. That's a little better. Okay, yeah. So we'll try to do this just a bit at a time here. All right, so what I did was I dipped this paper towel in the water a little bit. Okay, that worked pretty good. All right, there's the first section done. I've still got to come back with touch-up paint here. This method of using a wet paper towel seems to work pretty good. Okay, we just have the outside edge here to do. Well, guys, that's pretty good. We'll see how it looks after I've got the touch-up paint on it. Yeah, for now it's got to dry. All right, folks, there we are. We've got our final coat on here. All the screw holes are covered. I've filled in the joints on everything. Window is sealed, so we're not going to get anything coming through there. I'm very pleased with how the window framing and the shelf and door framing has turned out. Yeah, it's even better than what I thought it would be. It was fun. We learned a few things as we were going along, including working out how to put caulking on. That's a tricky, messy business, but hey, it's all part of the fun, and we are learning as we go. So thanks very much for stopping by, folks. I appreciate you sticking this out with me. So we're not done yet. Our next step is to go on to the next door. Let's have a look at that. All right, this is the next piece that we're doing. We've got stairs that have to come out and be remade. These boards that these stairs go back up against, going to take them out and redo that. This door and frame and everything is going to go. And another of many firsts for me, we're going to get a pre-hung door and install a pre-hung door here. That should be an interesting experience. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're making progress. The weather is getting better out there. The snow is melting, so everything is really going quite well. I'm very pleased. So thanks very much again for stopping by, folks. Remember to stay safe out there, be good to each other, and we will see you out on the trails the next time. That's going to be interesting in itself.
I'm giving up on settling down, getting out of this small town. Hang a sign, this heart is closed. I'm gonna hit the open road. I'm giving up on settling down. I've been left at the altar, been left at the bar. Gave all I got to love, all I got was a broken heart. But I got my eyes on a new horizon, and I've learned my lesson. I'm giving up on settling down, getting out of this small town. Hang a sign, this heart is closed. I'm gonna hit the open road. I'm giving up on settling down. To the mountains, the rivers and the roads, they take